Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Welcome to my podcast, Cold Narratives. I'm your host, Iceberg Green. About to let y'all hear some of these cold narratives. Check it out. Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Iceberg Green in the building. So today's topic, today, man, y'all, this right here, I'm sure a lot of y'all probably heard this story, but a lot of y'all might be surprised. Antioch police in California, they've been under investigation for a while, and I want to make sure the story is pretty accurate. And they got caught in a text scandal where they just going crazy, derogatory statement. They talking bad on black people, talking about how they gonna hurt them. It's just a bunch of racist, derogatory statements in these text messages. So what happened is they put a bunch of these officers on paid leave, and they're still investigating. So right now, this is still an ongoing investigation. And these messages have been sent, and this is in California, and they say that police brutality and how corrupt cops don't exist anymore. This is a perfect example that this is a culture. Okay, so this is Nate Burleson reporting from CBS Morning News, and he covered the story, and this is his take on it. This is their investigation, what they uncovered. Check it out.
Learning more about a police scandal in Northern California, racist and homophobic text messages sent and received by dozens of officers. 5 people are now suing the city of Antioch, claiming a pattern of police abuse in the Bay Area suburb. Elise Preston is in Antioch, just east of Oakland. Elise, good morning.
Good morning, Nate. 30 years ago, Antioch was a mostly white community, and many of the black residents here now say they actually left Oakland to escape police brutality. Not only do these hateful messages show an extreme bias among some of the officers, they also show them bragging about beating people while on patrol and fabricating evidence.
And we go through this a lot in our cities, in our inner cities, we go through this a lot, dealing with these cops and how they target us, and how they make fun of how they do us. This is a joke to them. They don't see our lives as anything but a joke or something that they could take. They don't value our lives as black people. They don't value that. I'm just telling y'all, when it comes to these cops, a lot of them don't value a black person's life. And that's just a fact. See, the white media, CNN, Fox, and all these different channels that y'all be watching, and y'all be looking for y'all news. Have you heard them report on this? And if they do, it's going to be briefly. I'm telling you, this is bigger than the police department. This is their culture. This is what they teach their officers. Hey, it's okay to do this. And the only way you're going to get in trouble is if you get caught. And this is what I'm talking about. This is corrupt. This ain't right. And this is another reason why we do reparations. Cash out, man. Run that check in, man. Ooh, I had to get that off my chest. Okay, but back to the commentary.
They basically ruined my life.
One by one.
When it comes to these officers, it's always their word against ours.
Antioch residents and plaintiffs who are now suing the city and several police officers shared their stories after a report released by the FBI and local officials found some 45 of its 99 police officers sent and received racist messages dating back to 2019. "I'll bury that N-word in my fields," said one text. Another said, "Bro, they all look the same." To which an officer then responded, "I feel like I'm at the zoo." There were multiple texts referring to black people as gorillas and monkeys. One officer even appeared to admit, "Since we don't have video, I sometimes just say people gave me a full confession when they didn't."
These officers supposed to be protecting and serving, and they out here hurting and killing people.
Jarrell Cobbs' son is one of the 5 plaintiffs in the federal lawsuit. She says the officers texted about brutally beating him. What did they say?
They said that my son's head is like a bowling ball. They try to kick him unconscious, and they bragged about it and laughed about it.
Tension in the city has been high. Mayor Lamar Thorpe became emotional during a council meeting last week after a resident who was defending the officers accused him of misconduct.
I am sick and tired of being attacked by these people in this community.
Why do you think that these officers felt so bold to be able to write these text messages?
The culture, the culture, the culture, the culture. Because in no place would this be acceptable unless the culture said it was acceptable.
Now, we reached out to the Antioch Police Officers Association and have not heard back.
It's a fact, man, it's a cold game. They hit the stand, giving up your whole name. What you claim, what you bang, what you slang. Trust me, it's a cold game.
It is very hurtful. That's, without question, that's hate speech. Let's just be clear. There's no need to sugarcoat what that is.
And to all my listeners right now, this should enlighten you and help you understand why we are still the forefront of being targeted and being hated more so than any other group. This is a perfect example. And this is not the only city I'm sure this is happening in. They just got caught, and it took them a minute to catch them. And a lot of them are still on paid leave. Like I said, there's over 38 officers involved in this, and 22 of them is gone. And, some of them are on paid leave. And that part I just don't get. If they did all this, how you going to pay them for this? They actually getting paid to do this, and why they investigate? This makes no sense. They should be banned from police, and they should be stripped of their badge, and they should get their pay took. And they should have to pay reparations and restitution to all those victims. That's how it works. Okay, y'all. So here's a thumbnail for my next episode where I'm going to be breaking down the FBA versus the Black Caucus. You feel me? Because, it's a difference here, y'all, that we need to distinguish, between foundational Black Americans and this Black Caucus, because I don't know what they are anymore. I don't know if they foundational anymore. But I'll break that down in my next episode. All right, y'all, have a good one. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I also want to say God bless those going through the struggle. And make sure you watch out for them cold narratives that the government trying to push on us, y'all. And to all my Black people, I will be nothing without y'all. God bless you all.
Whether rhyming, selling dope, even a 9 to 5. I look outside, can't help but see the pain in their eyes. Black child growing up with no man to provide, cause the system corrupt. Man, they got us fucked up, man, they had to interrupt. Black families getting tough, we some diamonds in the rough. We done did that shit on all levels. It get deep, grab your shovel. They done turned black families to rebels. But we gon' make it, and we gon' get strong, and we gon'